This is a very short video for Friday, September the 26th, and you can see again that the clouds, and in particular the chikou span, is the indicator for really where support and resistance are in the market. If you take this low point of Friday, tip of this candle here, and you draw a line straight across, you can see that Friday's chikou span actually hit the 50 EMA and then bounced up. So this price in the middle of the cloud really was irrelevant. What was important is what was happening back here 26 candles ago, where the chikou span hit the 50, found support, and then buyers poured in. Now I'm still just a little bit concerned because our McClellan oscillator is starting to show what we saw back here when we were working our way out of the COVID decline and we hit the COVID bottom. But as we approached the COVID bottom, you saw the McClellan oscillator in the oversold area for what looks like a couple of weeks in here, and then rejection several times at this oversold indicator. Now we're over it a little bit, and it doesn't mean we're free and clear. It means that we still are looking to make sure that we can break free of this kind of thing. We didn't see in this drop, we certainly haven't seen anything of this magnitude, but it was a required pullback, and it made the market just a little bit healthier. I stepped into Apple, as I said I would do, on Twitter, and I ended up selling December puts for $90. And the reason I picked $90 is that that's where the 200-day support is, right here, just 88.79. And by the time we get to it, it'll probably be around $90. Where did we see resistance? So that's the top there, and that's where the chikou span finished after having bounced off the 8 EMA. It's probably heading up for another test of the 8 EMA on the chikou span. So this is the area to watch right here. And on an up day, I will sell more puts, but I may sell the 92.5. Probably wouldn't go anything beyond that. I got $3.70 for them, and I sold 3, so that's about $1,000. So that's just for sitting and watching time decay. If Apple should come down to $90, I'll end up owning it for around $87 after I account for the premium, and I would love to be holding hundreds of shares of Apple at $87. Remember that the iPhone is going to be released probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Let's look at FDX, which we really haven't looked at that much, but it's a good indicator of the economy, and you can see that it's just charging away and never really did experience a pullback in the market like some of the other stocks. Caterpillar, still channeling below the 8 EMA, still a good stock to hold on to. Love to see it come down and touch the cloud. That's what I'm hoping for, is something right in there. Home Depot, still a great stock, starting to lose some of its luster. Watch this trend line for support. We've got 1 point there, few in here, certainly a couple there. So we might even draw that trend line down just a little bit lower, something like that, and look for support right there as an opportunity to buy. Now AT&T, I said, was now running at a 7.5 or 6% dividend stock. It has come down now, and it's, I picked this as my 0 point for doing a Fibonacci. Certainly it could have been a little bit lower, and AT&T could drop as low as 27.57. Heck, it could also go down to 26.83, and that would make it just too attractive a dividend stock for people not to snap it up. Whirlpool, pretty good day, bouncing off the 8, support on the 50. Amazon, reversal of the day before. Facebook, resistance on the 8 EMA, So we're seeing the 8 EMA as being in play quite a bit. Here's the cloud, and you can see that we're churning in the cloud, and the chikou span here is, did it ever hit the 50? Yes, it did. Right back here, if we take this low candle, that's 127.2 Fibonacci, and we go back here, that was certainly where we had a bounce, probably right there, of the chikou span off the 50. Let's look at JP Morgan and the banks. Not looking all that healthy. Netflix is the last one we'll take a look at, and it's just wildly oscillating. Long way from the cloud, fallen below the 50 and the 8, so a bit of weakness there. That's a weekly chart. Let's look at the daily chart. And there's the daily resistance on the cloud. Chikou span, getting resistance right there on those candles and the cloud. So that's an important indicator there. That's what I would be watching if I were trying to go long on any Netflix calls. I would be looking at the chikou span to break over these candles and break over the cloud. That will coincide with a breakthrough of price on this very thin area of resistance, and then you can start buying some calls in Netflix. So overall, I still think we're going to experience good days and bad days, and that's being dictated to us by the McClellan oscillator. Have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you next week if there's anything significant. If I get more into Apple through selling puts, I'll let you know on Twitter and explain it with a video.